Minute and a half gone in the opening round. Overhead right connects by Lopez. He's been the more effective in terms of the power shots early on. Good movement by Lopez. Looks like Donna's ball was. He wanted to get into a brawl. And Lopez is winning. This is going to be a total slugfest from start to finish.
See the water heated up. It was much colder yesterday. I wanted to make this prediction. Talk about this fight between Mikey Garcia versus Juan Manuel Lopez. I think this is a good fight. I think it's a very good fight. And for people using the triangle theory, I'm not really a fan of the triangle theory. Meaning that, you know, Juan Manuel loses twice by way of knockout to Salido. Salido goes up against Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia pretty much dominates him. And now we have Juan Manuel versus Mikey Garcia. So that's an automatic foregone conclusion that Mikey Garcia wins. Nah. Styles make fights. Looking at the two fighters, Mikey Garcia, man, I don't know, but they say this kid hits hard. And I remember seeing a video on YouTube where Brandon Rios, a video that's actually come out within the past month, where Brandon Rios said the two hardest hitters at that Robert Garcia Academy that he's felt is Marcos Maidana and Mikey Garcia. But even more interesting, he said Mikey hits harder than Maidana. The smaller man, the in the featherweight division, hits harder than Maidana, and that right there. I mean, I haven't felt Mikey's power, but that tells me, coming from a guy like Brandon Rios, Mikey hits pretty damn hard. Looking at his resume and the amount of knockouts he's got, will also validate that. And he's stepping up in competition now. He's faced Orlando Salido. I guess you could say he's somewhat of a world beater at least, right? Orlando Salido, pretty solid competition. And now he's going up against Juan Manuel. Juan Manuel is a guy that is a boxer / brawler. I don't even want to say boxer / puncher, because Juan Manuel likes to fight. And if you get him hurt, he will go out on his shield, like he did pretty much both times against Salido in his losses. And that's what makes him an exciting fighter. He's willing to trade. He pretty much doesn't have defensive skills. Pretty much doesn't have no defense. Juan Manuel takes shots and he gives shots, and he's a fighter. He'll start out boxing, but if it turns into a scrap, he'll definitely go with that flow. Juan Manuel got a lot of power too. This is what's interesting, is they're saying Mikey hits so hard, and we know for a fact Juan Manuel hits hard. So Juan Manuel is a guy that's not responsible on defense at all. Mikey Garcia is defensively responsible. At the same time, there's openings to hit Mikey. Mikey can be hit. He's not, elusive. He's not slick. He's a guy that's pretty much up front, fundamentally, very, very fundamentally strong. He keeps his right hand up. He brings his jab right back to his chin. He blocks when he's supposed to. He'll turn you. He'll clinch when he's supposed to. And he does everything right. He has good footwork. because your feet right. You gotta be quick on your feet to get out the way after you throw a combination. Mikey does everything fundamentally right. I'm not saying he's great at it, but he's very good. And with every fight, he seems to be getting better. He's a guy that's very patient in the ring. I think even if you try to bring a fast-paced fight to Mikey, in his mind, he slows the fight down and he sees openings and he will counterpunch you and make you pay. Very good counterpuncher, very patient fighter, and especially for a young fighter, to see the amount of poise and patience that this young man shows is something phenomenal to watch and inspiring, especially to other young fighters. Like I said, within all that responsible, and I like how Mikey can easily convert from offense to defense. But with all that, he also has vulnerabilities. I have seen him hit before. Against the ropes, Mikey's not the best. If he can't clinch you, you can hit him. To me, the type of fighter that will give Mikey problems is a fighter that's more slicker, or I guess you should say, or somebody that will be unconventional. You know, something that's awkward, something like a Ponce de Leon might give him trouble. Now, Orlando Salido actually was that awkward, unconventional fighter, right? Unorthodox fighter. But the thing about Salido is that looping right hand that he was throwing with having much success on Wama did not work with Mikey Garcia. Mikey turned Salido all fight. He just kept turning him and turning him. And when Salido rushed in with his head low, Mikey seen that and countered him before. He didn't even give him a chance to even get off. He countered him, stepped to the side right out the way. He just kept switching the direction on him. And Salido was getting frustrated. And at times, Salido would try to barge in, and Mikey would clinch him and turn him until the referee got there. And that's good, you know. That's good. Holding isn't exactly legal, but at the same time, you know, Mikey wasn't holding. It was a lot of times in that fight where Mikey was just backing up and hitting Salido with straight combinations. I mean, even when Salido was coming after him hard, like a straight dog, Mikey kept calm. You know, fights good off his back foot. That's another thing I like about Mikey. You know, he uses the uppercut. He was fighting good off his back foot. He wasn't just running away. He was fighting going backwards. So, you know, Mikey can fight going backwards. He can fight going forwards. You know, he can transition from offense to defense smoothly. And Wama is a guy who has a lot of power. You know, power in both hands, just like Mikey Garcia has. And again, Mikey's vulnerable to getting hit, you know, especially when he's against the ropes. If he doesn't clinch you, you probably can get shots off on him. How these two styles match up, man. Obviously, Mikey's the logical choice that you would go with if you break it down, because Mikey's the one that's more responsible defensively. I think on offense, although, you know, you can't knock Wama's good on offense, man. He's a good boxer, and Wama showed a lot of fights, but that was against lower competition where he could box very well. But against Mikey Garcia, I don't think he can outbox Garcia. I think Mikey is the sharper puncher. I think he's more patient. He's going to take advantages. When Wama, which will probably lead, he's going to counter. Unless Wama's worked on his defense, I expect him to eat a lot of right hands and left hooks all day from Mikey Garcia. A prediction is nothing but an educated guess. Logically, I should go with Mikey Garcia. I'm rooting for the underdog, and I'm not being biased when I make this prediction, and I don't care if I get the prediction wrong, to be quite frank with you. It's just a prediction. It's not that serious. A gut feeling tells me that people are going to rely on this triangle theory. People are going to look back on the Orlando Salido fight and feed too much into it. And for the fact that, which is true, it's a fact that Wama is not responsible defensively at all. I do think he has a good chin. He's never been knocked out unconscious in either fight. He was TKO'd. You know, might have been hurt badly, but, you know, I remember the first fight was a big discussion on whether or not they should have stopped the fight. And the second fight was somewhat similar, you know, the same fight, but somewhat similar, especially in the ending. So I've never seen Juan knocked out unconscious. I know he can be hurt, but when he hurts, that's when he's the most exciting because he fights back. And Juan Ma packs a punch too. So this is a battle of power in some ways. And I can't say where Mikey Garcia's chin at, but I just have a gut feeling that Juan Ma's going to hurt Mikey in this fight. I got a gut feeling that Juan Ma's going to hurt Mikey in this fight. I'm picking Juan Ma to get a stoppage by late rounds, 10, 11, or 12. I'm picking Juan Ma to get a stoppage. Obviously, I don't expect him to outbox Mikey Garcia. If this fight goes to the cards, more than likely I lean towards Garcia. But I think Juan Ma is going to hurt Garcia in this fight, and he might not necessarily stop Garcia. But when he has Mikey hurt in a world that he's never been in, of being hurt, I think it changes the fight. It changes the whole flow of the fight, and everything just goes towards Lopez's favor now. Basically, I don't see Mikey recovering. I don't see him recovering, even if he doesn't get stopped. When he's hurt, he's going to fight more cautious. It's going to decrease his offense. And Juan Ma's a pretty good boxer himself. That's when Juan Ma will be able to get his combinations off, because he'll have Garcia backing up and not countering as much because of the fear of Juan Ma's power. Juan Ma's got 30 knockouts on his resume for a reason. Garcia, what I keep hearing, he's a very powerful guy. So we're going to see whose power lands, and we're going to see which fighter is affected more by the other's power. But yeah, this is just a guess, and I could be completely wrong. I know Garcia is the favorite for this fight, and rightfully so. But I'm going with my gut instinct. You got to take chances sometimes, and I think that this is going to be an upset. I think Juan Manuel Lopez is going to win this fight, actually by stoppage. I would say 10th, 11th, or 12th round. I think he's going to stop Mikey Garcia. Leave me your comments like always. Slyways 100, man. I'm out.